I wasn't sure when, but I do, of course, I remember very clearly the QSO. Well, you're doing a great job, 5 watts, Jim. You are peaking to an S9. There's quite a bit of static, but there's absolutely no trouble copying you're above the static. So it's amazing, isn't it, what 5 watts will do. The fact that it will cover the distance is quite remarkable. Anyway, and a nice sounding signal. Jim, I think you're using an FT-817. I have a little FT-817, which I've got in my car, and a great little rig. Okay, back to you, Jim. K2MIJ, VK3 Mike Oscar.
Okay, very good, Ian. Well, I tell you what, I love the 817. I've had a lot of fun with this radio. I've worked DXCC on it, all single sideband. Originally with my first call WA2OQJ, and now we're doing it a second time with the new call K2MIJ. I've got about 140 of them worked. I've got just close to 100 confirmed. So within the next couple of days, I hope to put 3 or 4 more in the logbook of the world, and put a second certificate on the wall with QRP. And when I heard you had over 4,000 feet of wire in the antenna, I was amazed. I'm just on a 60 by 100 lot, and I couldn't even imagine what stacked rhombics are like. Ian, I'm wondering what kind of property you're on. How much acreage do you have there? VK3MO, K2MIJ.
Yep, okay, Jim, K2MIJ, VK3MO, yep, with 18 acres, Jim, and the rhombic takes up most of it. It's, I think it's 1,150 feet end to end. It does occupy a fair bit of area, but it is a good antenna. I'm using my Stacked Yagis at the moment, Jim. I've got the rhombic going the other way, but you're coming through well on the Yagis as well. The rhombic is pointing your way when I've got it down the long path at the moment. So it'd probably be 2 or 3 dB stronger on the rhombic if I was to connect it up. But the rhombic has a theoretical gain of 3 dB over my Stacked Yagis. The gain of the rhombic is 23 dBi at a takeoff angle of around 5 degrees, and the Stacked Yagis is just on 20 dBi with the same peak takeoff angle. The takeoff angle of both antennas is very similar. Of course, that gain includes the ground reflection. Anyway, that's what the NEC program tells me, Jim. K2MIJ, VK3MO.
Well, that was going to be my next question. I was wondering which array you were using, whether you were using the rhombics tonight or the Stacked Yagis. I'll tell you what, the Stacked Yagis are doing a fantastic job. Unbelievable signal. And were you happened to be earlier when you were talking to ZS3Y? Were you on the rhombic? Because I had heard some of your conversation, and you were quite low, nothing like you are now. So I was wondering if you were on the rhombic and then switched over to the Yagis, because your signal has drastically improved. Like I say, you're just a solid 20 over 9, no fading whatsoever. So were you on the rhombic originally?
No, I was you're on the back of my Yagis at that time, Jim. I was beaming a short path to ZS3Y, and then we swapped over to the long path. We have good long and short path propagation to Africa at the moment, and so we normally start on the short path, which is when you, I guess, first heard me, and then we go to the long path, which is not exactly your way, but much closer than when I had the beam the other way around. So that's the reason there was a difference in the signal, Jim. K2 MIJ, VK3MO.
Gonna call it a night, but I did want to jump in there and say hello and see if I could do it again. I'll say 73, and I'll be clear on your final. I appreciate the QSO, Ian, and I look forward to working you many more times. VK3MO, on your final. Good day from New York. K2MIJ.
Yeah, fine, Jim. K2MIJ. The VK3MO. If you want to try the 1 watt and 5 watt again, I'd be interested to have a listen over.
Okay, yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that. I'll drop down to 1 watt first, and then we'll try the 500 milliwatts again. Give me 1 second. VK3MO, K2MIJ.
Yep, still copying nicely, Jim, over.
Okay, this is 1 watt, Ian. That's 1 watt, and now I will drop down to 500 milliwatts. VK3MO, K2MIJ, this is 500 milliwatts, half a watt.
Yep, copying you 5 and 5. 5 and 6 on the 500 milliwatts, so you don't need a lot of power, Jim. Isn't it remarkable that 500 milliwatts can come through? And it's not a quite band, you know. Your S5, S6 on the 500 milliwatts. Okay, Jim. Well, thank you again, and a very good evening to you, or morning to you. K2MIJ, Victor Kilo 3 Mike Oscar near Melbourne in southeast Australia. Take care.
Okay, Ian, I'll say 73 at the 500 milliwatt level. You got to also remember that it's on an indoor dipole.